Hello everyone, cheers. Only having a half because I need to drive in a little bit. It's only a weak one anyway. So what am I drinking? Well, I'll get onto that because it's kind of partly involved in what my news is. So I don't think I've really made a video since lockdown began in the UK really. I've just been really busy. Still working. Managed to work from home, which has been really good. Obviously I've not been able to get any childcare, so we've had to have the kids full time, so I'm trying to give my wife as much of a break as possible. Yeah, so it's just been quite busy really. And again, doing anything is a mission, so trying to go to the supermarket is a mission, although we have started doing click and collect now. But the main thing is everyone I know is safe and well, and that's the main thing really, isn't it, to be quite honest. So I'll drink to that. Cheers. I know other people have lost their jobs, been made redundant, all sorts of horrible stuff, people they know die, so I can't complain, and I'm not going to. So brewing wise, I've actually been brewing a lot of beers, so I decided I did a malt mill order April I think, and I've almost got through that sack of grain already, which is mental for me. Normally a 25 kilo sack of grain would last me a year. It's lasted me a few months, probably 3 months, 4 months, considering I already had some grain as well. So I had that to get through, and then that I've probably only got about 5-6 kilos left, plus a couple of kilos of pills and malt, so I might do a couple of weaker brews. I was drinking far too much, as I said to you before, so I've cut down a lot. I actually started running as well, mental. I did that couch to 5k thing, the NHS app, so I can now running 5k 3 times a week, which is just over 3.1 miles in old money, which is mental. So I can thoroughly recommend that program if you want to get to running. Hot as anything at the moment. It's currently 30 degrees in here in the garage. I've got the door closed because the kids are in the garden, but I might have to open it in a minute. You might just have to put up with the noise, but I'm going to have to do it now because I need some kind of breakthrough. It's like being in an oven. Oh my word. Got my haircut today. Woo! So I'm looking a bit more resentful. That's not the reason I'm doing a video today, because I've got my hair cut. I'm not that vain. So yeah, brewing wise, I've brewed a lot. I've done Neepers, quite a few of them that have come out pretty well. I used the Cross My Loof haze yeast, which is good. I've got some of that Verdant yeast. I was going to do enter the Verdant competition. I got my order from Malt Miller and everything, but unfortunately I was ill for a week and a half, and I haven't got time to brew it now, which I'm pissed off at. But hey ho, I probably wouldn't have won anyway. So good luck to everyone entering, and hope one of our community wins. That would be awesome. You might also notice a bit of a kegerator upgrade. So several other people in the past, I think Homebrew Chris I've seen, got some blackboard paint. Got a tiny little one off Amazon for 5-6 quid. So I've painted this. Got an extra tap. I've drilled that. Basically I had to borrow the whole drilly thing off my mate. So I've got the other hole drilled. There's some foam in there at the moment to keep it insulated, and a bit of duct tape on the front. It's colour coded, and then I've written in coloured chalk. Don't know if you can quite see the different colours there, but that's yellow, that's blue, that's red as well to match these. And then inside I've actually colour coded. I'll have to grab you one sec. Might as well show you a proper look at the thing now. So that's looks a bit crap. I'm going to have to fill that in. Basically I had to move the taps because they were too low. So I had to fill in, and it's a little bit, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad, but it just shows up really badly on the camera, so I might just stick some stickers on there and just sod it. It's only really me looking at it, isn't it? So yeah, look, you can see the tape there where the other hole's going to come. the other hole is, but I said that'll hopefully I'll get a fourth tap fairly soon. So I've also colour coded, so again that colour goes through to the tap. Just use electrical tape and then the keg, gas and everything there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's really cool. Still room for a couple of bottles there. And also put a shelf in, a wooden shelf in to, my wife is addicted to Coca-Cola, so we always need cold Coke, Diet Coke, crappy beers that my father-in-law brought round. Energy drinks are always handy, and a couple of alcohol-free that technically not my brother-in-law, he's actually my sister-in-law's husband, but I'll call him my brother-in-law for ease of use. He doesn't, he never, even if he's driving, he won't even have like a beer, so I'll keep a couple of them in stock for him. And that's a red rye IPA I've not tried yet. I'm going to crack it open tonight and have a go. So that's my kegerator. I'm just going to switch back. There you go, there's a kegerator guided tour. I hope you enjoyed. So I said I've been brewing a lot, drinking a lot. I've slowed down a bit. I then ran out of time kind of to brew, so I actually bought a kit beer. First time in ages. Mango Jack's Grapefruit IPA. And I don't know, I just thought, do you know what, it might be different this time. So I bought that kit. I used RO water, I used maltodextrin and brewing sugar and DME. Basically I didn't realise, I thought it was you didn't have to add any fermentables to it, but you did, and I wanted to get it on, the homebrew shop was shut, so I had to make do with what I did. So it was a lot more maltodextrin than anything else, so it came out quite weak. It's like 3.9%, it should be about 5 something, so that was annoying. But the funny thing is, because obviously I used extra non-fermentables, I should say, to give it extra body, it's still really thin. It doesn't have that off taste, that kit twang I don't really notice, but the grapefruit is very overpowering and it's a little bit too much. So I don't particularly recommend that kit. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I certainly won't be rushing out to do any more kits, but I've slowed my drinking down a lot, because it's so funny, because in the end I was actually having to go out and buy beer from Tesco. But the beer selection in Tesco is so much better now. They've got loads of stuff. That Northern Monk's Faith, I was smashing that back. That's an amazing beer for the price. It's like 8 cans for £9 or something from Tesco. So yeah, that's definitely worth a look. But I've also, there is one competition that I have entered. So my so I'm just really sweating. I'm getting the hair out of my face and it looks like I'm being all vain. I'm really not. So my homebrew club, Anglian home brewers, Anglian craft brewers I should say, I don't even know the name, it's just too hot, I can't concentrate. Anglian craft brewers, that is the name of my homebrew club. I was on a WhatsApp group and they basically said that did we want to have like a face-off competition between the Rebel homebrew club. Think any more of it, so I said yeah, go on then. So I was given basically so there's 2 clubs, there's however many styles in total, I can't remember off the top of my head, 9 I think, and then so it's one of the kids making a noise. I'm going to close this door again. Oh god, joys of kids. Right, so yes, my brew club, the Anglian Craft Brewers. So they said, yeah, go up against the Rebel Club. So basically, there's 9 styles. You get picked in that style at random. You brew, one of us brews the style. One of the other club brews the style. All the beers get sent off to independent judges who don't belong to either of those homebrew clubs. They judge the beers. And then I think in terms of who wins the competition, I think it's almost the case, it's a bit like a match play in golf or something. So I think whoever wins the beer off, then that gets a point for the club, and then the one with the most club that wins the most is, I guess, the overall winner. I don't know. I'm guessing that's how it works. I don't know. I don't think they just add up total points among the categories. I think it's a case of who wins, who has the best beer out of each one gets a point. So I was picked English Brown Ale, which is something I don't really drink. I think I've drunk Man's Brown Ale once and Newcastle Brown Ale back in the day, and I don't know how representative Newcastle Brown Ale is of the style as such. So I mean, it's not that difficult to brew a style you don't know. You just looked up the BCJP guidelines, did it all. My first recipe was quite weak, and it wasn't as dark as I thought, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm happy with this. So then it was possibly by good fortune, ironically, that the fermentation stalled at about 57% attenuation, I think, according to Brewfather. So it came out at 2.9%. Yeah, which is not great, obviously, and that was below the ABV style requirement. So I couldn't enter it anyway, even though it wouldn't win because it wouldn't be very nice. It literally would just be disqualified because it's not within the ABV. So I just thought, sod it. I tried actually adding extra yeast, tried rousing it. I've not had a stalled fermentation for donkey's years. It's probably been a good 3-4 years since I had one. And the funniest thing was, it was a brand new fermenter. Literally, I bought it the same time I bought the yeast at the Homebrew shop, because he was doing click and collect, which is awesome, by the way. When I say the Homebrew shop, I mean Colchester Homebrew Supplies. They're awesome. And yeah, I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? But I said I've no idea why it's still, because it's a brand new fermenter. It wasn't even like it was one I think the last time I had one, it was the fermenter. It was a bit knackered, and I chanced my arm and it didn't pay off. So I vowed to not do that again. But it seems to backfire the other way, so I don't know. Obviously I was still sanitising everything before I used it, but God knows. But the good news is, so then I did it again, but I tweaked the recipe. I upped the ABV and I made it a bit darker, and I'm actually pretty pleased with the end result. It's not bad at all. It's on the third tap on the red one, but I need to make sure I leave at least a pint for the judging. So what they're going to do is, once they've judged them all, they're going to set up Zoom meetings. And yeah, so the best thing is that basically all the people that did it, so you submit 3 bottles to the judges, but then we've also submitted an extra 17 bottles for all the other entrants in the competition. So I actually picked mine up today. So I've now got one of every other beer that's been brewed. So obviously I need to keep my beer. So I've actually got the one I'm going up against in the garage. So it's very tempting to try it now to see what I'm up against. But no, I'll be good. So what they do, they're going to do all these Zoom sessions on I think it's every Thursday, starting from near the end of this month. And then on the last Zoom one, they will announce the winners. So that could be fun. I don't know if I make all the Zoom calls, but I better attend the one about my beer, obviously. So it's a bit of fun. Yeah, it's good. But they're going to proper BCJP judges as well. So it will be properly judged, which is the first time I've ever had a beer properly judged, which is a little bit worrying. A bit nervous, but you know, what can you do? It should be some good feedback, really. So that's me, really, in terms of home brewing. I'm hoping to brew this week. I'm off work, so I'm hoping to do. It just feels too hot at the moment. It's too much like hard work. I want to do like a New England Pale Ale, as they call them now, which technically isn't actually a thing, but I used to call them session leapers. So basically like a sort of 5% New England IPA style. I'm going to use that Verdant yeast as well. Like I said, because I'm not got around to using it. I also won another hop raffle off Timmy Jenkins. I've done quite well at them. I think I've entered 5 and I've won 2. So part of me feels like maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. Might be more than 5, maybe 6, but I've definitely got my money's worth. Put it that way. So I got 500 grams of Ella, El Dorado and Azaka. 3 hops I've never used before as well. That's one of the reasons I did it, because I brought some Sabro off him and some Galaxy, and then I think virtually every hop raffle was had Sabro in it. I'm like, well, I've already got 500 grams, so I don't really want that. So as soon as that one came up, I was like, yes, on it. But I've still got loads of Mosaic Cascaded Citra from what I won from the last raffle, so my hop freezer is actually rather over at the moment. My dedicated section of the freezer in here is overflowing. Now I've had to move it into another part. So need to get using some hops really, but I'm almost out of grain, so I'll have to get some more. Another malt miller order, what a shame. I just want to do a big shout out to Malt Miller as well. During this whole business, they've been very conscious of not letting their customers down and kind of maintaining their delivery times and stuff. So they very quickly started shutting down the website for orders opening for a limited amount of time, which was brilliant. I've heard of other homebrew companies weren't doing that. People were waiting 2-3 weeks to get their stuff and then no communication, which is pretty shit, to be honest. But yeah, it's just mad how everyone's just suddenly started homebrewing again, which is good though. Definitely good to see a renaissance in the homebrew, but now the shops and that are open, maybe people won't bother, but who knows. Another thing as well was I read this article the other day about a supposed supposed hop excess of British hops. So they're saying there's far too many British hops this year because the pubs have been closed and they need the government to buy them up or something. It's like, well, I'm sorry, I've not seen a reduction in the homebrew prices of hops at all. Like, you know, sell them to me, I'll have them. I'll pay cost price for, or I'll pay wholesale prices for some hops. Give me 5 kilos of East Kent Goldings, I'll definitely make use of them. So yeah, it's a load of crap, isn't it? But yeah, certainly not reflected in the price of supply and demand. That is about me done. I've finished my beer. That is done. As much as I want another one, it's so hot, I should probably not and just have a soft drink, because otherwise I'll get dehydrated. Yeah, I've been watching, not a lot of people have been posting really. There seems to be quite a lot of people have fallen off the radar, although Rusty's back, which is good to see. But yeah, no, anyway, the thing I completely forgot to mention, which was a whole point I was building to this story about this homebrew competition I've got, was that so then they sent around the list of right who's brewing what or whatever, and then I see this name come up on the list of people brewing, Sarah Pantry. I'm like, pretty sure there's only one Sarah Pantry in the homebrew community. So I put something on Facebook and she commented and she was like, oh yeah, I thought I saw your name as well. Yeah, so how funny. So in fact the opposing team, the Rebel Homebrew Club, is actually the Tiny Rebel Homebrew Club, based in the Tiny Rebel Brewery, which was founded by Tiny Rebel. And Sarah Pantry is I think she's quite, like, you know, she's quite high up in the club, in terms of, I don't know whether it's like us, they have like chairperson or whatever. So she has basically helped sort of organise the couriering of all the beers and all that. So it's so funny because I've been following Sarah Pantry on YouTube for a long time. I think she actually subscribes to this channel as well. So hi Sarah, if you're watching. And I've chatted to her on a few hangouts and stuff before. So it really funny. It's funny. It really is a small world. Thank God my beer is not up against her beer, which is good. So yeah, I was a bit relieved about that. That's quite funny. So yeah, small world. So I'll get to try. I've got one of Sarah Pantry's beers in my garage. It's a foreign extra stout, I think she's done. So that'll be really good to see what that comes out like. I'm sure it'll be amazing, and I really like foreign extra stouts as well. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a good one. But there we go. So that is me done. I've rambled on probably for a bit longer than I should have, but I've not really uploaded for ages, and I've actually been up to quite a lot brewing wise. So that's me done. But yeah, it's actually been really good to get the camera out and have a bit of a chat with you guys actually. Yeah, it's been good. So Hopefully I won't need it as long next time, but I always say that and then I end up doing it. But never mind, yeah, life gets in the way, doesn't it? But yeah, it's been really good to see this video, to talk to you guys, as it were. Hope you're all well, safe, still brewing, and I will, hopefully, you will see me again soon. Cheers guys.